Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to part 2 of the Planet of the Apes RPG. Today I'm going to talk about the ANSA files. You really can't tell that's what it is from the cover. Just, you got to open it up, and right off the bat, only one bookmark, but it does have that glorious copper gilt edge, which just, gotta love that. You just don't see that anymore. Now, you're asking yourself, well, what is ANSA? ANSA is NASA. That's just their version of it, and the ANSA files is literally all of the movies and more broken down into helpful information, the NPCs that the players might bump into depending on what, like, for example, say you want to play in the Planet of the Apes era, or, you know, the original movie era. It's got all the NPCs statted out, and all the, believe it or not, a lot of the equipment that would be indicative to that particular movie. But more so than that, in addition to it having all the basic 5 core movies from the original series, it has campaign layouts and ideas for before the movies, going all the way back to the 1950s. Being able to play the things that led up to Taylor and eventually Brent, and believe it or not, potentially hundreds of other astronaut teams going into space, hitting the time thing, and getting shot back or whatever to the Planet of the Apes, depending on what era, etc. And with as much work as they did on this book, and how much attention, all the layouts for the original ship that Taylor landed in, I forget what the name of it was, all the floor plans and all the other work they did, I don't think I'll ever need to use this book. No offense, guys, but you know, other than, you know, if I wanted to run something way before the original movie to lead up to that, but I don't find that compelling as a player or as a GM. Like, oh yeah, we could just kind of, it was kind of like the Star Wars prequel movies. We didn't need them. We already knew what happened and what was going to happen. Very few surprises, but it does have, you know, once you get into the second and third and fourth and fifth movies, a lot of information if you really wanted to play in the Conquest of the Planet of the Apes era. I think that would be the most open to interpretation. So many different things that could go on as the apes are revolting and becoming what they're going to become, as well as maybe the Battle for the Planet of the Apes, but I hated that movie, so I could see that that's where most campaigns are actually going to take place, is on the Planet of the Apes, but technically Earth blows up before that happens, or maybe it doesn't. You're gonna, you know, as a GM, pick your own era that you want to run the game, but there's plenty of NPC characters in here, great ideas for characters to add, and, you know, if you scratch off the name and put in a new name, no one's gonna, you know, go, oh, that's Zira. Probably not. But lots of, you know, tribal humans and mutants and all the other new character ideas and professions, the mutant exile and things like that, as well as, you know, the humans and the apes in various stages, from chimpanzee to orangutan, from hunter-gatherer to astronaut. Lots of great ideas. A lot of the equipment really well drawn out and statted out for newbie GMs who, you know, mind you, each item is really not all that complex. It just, you know, like the helicopter takes up about that much space. Scale, crew, passengers, cargo, supplies, speed, movement rate, I guess, armament, VSM, defenses, and notes. Mind you, there's less than 100 words for any one item on this list. Subway engine, service helicopter, riot control armored vehicle, cargo transport, intercontinental ballistic missile, you know, just all kinds of crazy stuff. And then there's a nice chapter, which I really like the title of. Let me see if I can find it. But there's also some strange creatures in here. Mind you, not the monster section that you find in the first book, but some other strange entities that you could easily use to spice up your Forbidden Zone. But the last chapter is the Infinite Highway. Given the power to alter the future, have we the right to use it? I don't know. I've wrestled with this, Mr. President. I just don't know. How many futures are there? Which future has God, if there is a God, chosen for man's destiny? If I urge the destruction of these two apes, am I defying God's will or obeying it? Am I his enemy or his instrument? An assassin would say the latter. President Wyndham and Dr. Hasselin, I believe that's from Escape from the Planet of the Apes, but it talks about all the possibilities and how the time dilation works, and the different theories of, like Stan's theory of time thrust, near light speed travel, the Hasselin curve, the Traveler's Campaign. Mind you, it's a short chapter, but it does really cover a lot of the issues of, in this, because this story really is a time travel story. And is there another page here, or am I just... It's one of the things with this book. It's so well put together. I'm used to really thin pages. These are not those. These are incredibly thick, glossy, beautiful pages. Everything about these books is phenomenal. Now, if you're someone who is interested in, running a game in a specific era, this is the book for you. For me, I'm probably just going to homebrew my own stuff, but I am going to, read this one and get more ideas on, how to run a Planet of the Apes game. And I wouldn't think about running a game of Planet of the Apes until I've read both these books, plus all the other info that I will show you as we go through this series. But I wanted to knock this one out as quick as possible, because that's pretty much what it is. It's your guidebook for playing in the MGM or Warner Brothers, I forget who put these movies out, in their universe. If that's your game, here you go. For me, I'm going to homebrew it. So that's what I've got for you today. This is the second one. I hope you saw the earlier episode, but I can see that we will meet again tomorrow. The next day I will be in Bloodworth's not AD&D, gosh, I wish. Castles and Crusade games, no offense, Richard, but we had the best of times in that game. So I will see you guys on down the road, and until then, happy trails.